Yeah, the 33 was, he was a little bit unpredictable even earlier on in the race when we were lapping him, and he kind of came up off a 2 in front of the 18, and I thought he was going to commit to the top at that point, and by the time I realized he was going to come back down to the bottom, I was kind of already at my commit point into the corner, and I couldn't stay off of him once I realized he was coming back down. So yeah, tough position to be in. Sometimes it's hard to predict where those guys are going to go, and unfortunately had a good sort of sense Ford F-150, run up front, had truck capable of winning maybe after an adjustment or two. So certainly disappointed.
What kind of conversation do you have, if you do, in helping him or anybody avoid a situation like that in the future?
I don't know. He talked about wanting to earn all of our respect earlier on in the year, and in some of the races, I think Daytona and Atlanta.
Majeski, Ty, what happened from your perspective?
I just unpredictable on the 33's part. He came up off a 2, and in front of the 18, we were side by side behind him, on the lead lap, and when he came up off a 2, I thought he was at that point going to commit to the top, and so I was aggressive going to the bottom, and once I realized he was coming back down to the bottom, I was already at my lift point, and it was too late to avoid him at that point. So yeah, disappointed. We had a really fast Soda Sense Ford F-150, and wish we could have seen the race through.
Certainly a disappointing time at Majeski.
Just to continue that, is just what's the conversation you have with him or anybody in a situation like that to avoid that in the future?
Yeah, it's a tough spot. Obviously he's got his own race out there too, so you can't hey, get out of our way. That's not right either. But I think if there's just a little bit more predictability in what some of these guys were going to do as lap trucks. He's talking earlier in the year. He wanted to earn all of our respect, and we're not asking you to get out of our way. We're just asking you to be predictable in where you're going to be that next corner. If it's the bottom one corner, it should stay the bottom until we get by you. So that's all I'm asking. Unfortunate spot to be in for all of us. Just hate it for everybody involved.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. What did you see happen from your perspective there?
I was hauling butt until I wasn't. I think these guys did a really good job bringing a fast number 1 Tricon truck to the racetrack. Had my Razorbacks on the hood. I wanted to get them a good finish, and thought I was going to. I mean, that was a really fast race truck, and started 13th, drove to 5th pretty easily right there towards that first stage. And we caught lap traffic early. I figured this place is notorious for that, right? Catching lap traffic and being diligent, passing them. I had the chance to go back and look at it, and it just kind of looked like maybe Frankie was undecided where he was going to go. And you got to commit, man. I mean, as Majeski right there, right? He just had to commit to a lane, and it looked like Frankie didn't really prepare for it and turned across his nose. So it's unfortunate. I mean, it took out really 3 really nice, good trucks that were going to compete for the win towards the end of the race. So I hate that, but I got some laps at least. I mean, that was my goal. I really needed all of them. I wanted to see how this track was going to trend tonight, how it was going to migrate. People kind of looked like they weren't sure of what that compound was going to do to start the race, and I just drove in it right away and committed to it and found a lot of grip and a lot of speed. And I think that was some success, or some reasons why we had success there towards the beginning of the race, was just committed to the grip really early there and found some lap time. So throw this one away. This one doesn't technically really matter. It's not the one that really counts tomorrow, but still wanted to get these guys a good finish. I mean, they worked really hard on this race truck all week long, and keep telling David Gillen I want to get him a win in this truck. So this was going to be a shot tonight, but sometimes this stuff happens and it doesn't work out.
Ty mentioned that a lot of times you just hope for predictability from guys with not a lot of experience.
Yeah.
How tough is that for someone who's racing here for the first time, didn't have any practice laps, didn't have any qualifying laps, to just go out here and try to figure it out on the fly in a truck that's slower than what you guys have at the front of the field?
Yeah, well, I mean, half of me sort of feels for him because who's there to help him? Nobody. It's him trying to figure it out on his own. I mean, I've got plenty of people in my corner helping me prepare for these races, and it's him versus him, but on the flip side, you're at the top level, man. So I don't know, it's just tough, right? Like, I don't know the right answer for it, but you need people helping you to make those decisions. I'm sure nobody on the spotter stand helped him. I'm sure nobody on the pit box helped him, and he's just out there making laps, trying to survive, trying to learn a little bit, I guess. So I hate that we're at the expense of his mistake, but at the end of the day, I don't know, maybe there just needs to be more laps on his end, and I don't think, coming to NASCAR and starting to try to figure that out is where you need to start. We all start at lower levels, we all work our way up to this point, right? So unfortunate, but at the same time, hate that we got a truck that was really fast that got taken out.
You mentioned that this may not be the level to really start learning a lot of that stuff at. Is this the track to really start learning a lot of that stuff at? This place isn't really a forgiving place.
It's slow enough, I guess. I mean, it is a fast half mile, but it's not like we're at a mile and a half where aero is so important and truck placement's so important. But at the same time, we sprayed PJ1 on the racetrack. We don't practice. We don't qualify with all the rain that came in, and then it's drop of the green flag. You got to try to figure it out. I mean, I've been coming here for 11 years now, so I know exactly where to be and where to place my truck, but if it's his first time or second or whatever it is, I mean, he's probably looking into turn one thinking, where the heck do I even go, right, at the start, because people keep warning me about this compound and could I get loose under it and all this different stuff, and we're swarming him all over the place, right, because we have to go. I mean, that's our job, is you have to be diligent on traffic, and if you don't, this place is notorious. If you catch somebody and ruin your momentum because you're trying to be cautious around people, then the guy behind you catches you and ends up putting you in a bad spot. So if you're not the aggressor, somebody behind you is going to be. So it's just a bad combination right there. You got 3 of the fastest trucks on track and one of the slowest.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Brad.
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code Frontstretch to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay rewarded.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos. And if you like us, make sure to hit that subscribe button.